All right, so now we have logged in to our fancy new WordPress site. You can see our URL is localhost 8888, which is we're using MAMP. If you haven't been following along in that video series where we started this out getting MAMP running. And so what we're going to do now is just kind of cruise through all the items on the left-hand side so you are more familiar with a general kind of run-of-the-mill average WordPress install at the end of October of 2019. Obviously, things will change, but all right, so let's get into it. First and foremost, you see this Welcome to WordPress banner in front. There's probably some handy stuff in here. I never look at it. I just immediately dismiss it because I get sick of seeing it. The other thing that you may notice about this page is there is this at a glance section. It tells us what version of WordPress we're running, which can be very, very handy. And then it'll also let you know what theme you're running. And we'll get into themes in a little while. We only have one post, we have one comment, and we have one page. So if you watched our video series on custom post types, we talked about the difference between posts and pages. But for now, we will think of a post as a blog post and a page as a page on our website, a web page on our website. The activity is, again, if we are very actively blogging on this website, it would show us our most recently published post, which you can see now is titled Hello World. And then we can also see our most recent comments, which again is a generic comment that WordPress puts in there for us just so we can see that. You can also do if you have something really quick that you wanted to write, like if you're blogging about hiking, let's say, and you went for a hike today and you're like, I really want to talk about that hike up to Signal Mountain here west of Fort Collins, then you could type in a title of your Signal Mountain hike, and then maybe you would put some notes down here about, what you saw and what you want to talk about or whatever else. And you could just say that as a draft so that you could go back and add to it later. Again, something that I never use. I just go into my posts or my pages and I make my changes. And then down here below is just generic information about WordPress. So you most certainly can put in your city in here. And what you'll find is it will update news about the greater Denver area, if you will. So here's some, a couple of WordPress meetups, which are super cool, and some other posts. And again, trying to keep things around the Denver area. So in general, the one thing I want to highlight about this page, and frankly, any page that you're on in WordPress, and I truly believe this is one of the most missed customization pieces for most people using WordPress, is in the top right corner, you see the screen options. And what you'll notice is that on different pages, if you're on a page, if you're looking at pages over here, or you're in your media library, or maybe you're messing with appearances and themes and widgets or your menus, like we'll get into all those, but on all of these pages, the screen will change and the content on that screen changes. And this screen options gives you the ability to manipulate that. So for example, if you knew you were never going to do a quick draft, then you could uncheck quick draft. If you knew you never wanted to hear about WordPress events, you could uncheck WordPress events. If you really wanted to, you could move activity over here. And maybe you don't even want to see activity, so you uncheck that. And then you can put that welcome thing back that I hit a little bit ago, So just keep in mind that every page you get on within WordPress is probably going to have the screen options thing. And you should click it and just see what other fancy options are in there. So, okay, so that's home. The next piece down underneath the dashboard are the updates. So in general, you're going to see on the left-hand side under plugins and under appearance, which would actually be appearance themes, you'll see a little circle and you'll see a number. And that means that, hey, this number of plugins need updates, or these themes need updates. But you can see everything if you just come to updates. Now, we obviously just installed WordPress. It's a brand new install, so nothing needs to be updated. We're on version 5.2.4. and it says you can reinstall it if you want. We obviously don't need to. And then it just checked on today's date what other things in here might need updates, plugins, themes, whatever, and everything seems to be fine. If it weren't, you would see them under plugins and themes, and you can update everything right from the screen. So you don't have to dig into your plugins and everything else. You can actually do all your updates right here. All right.